Bears finally get their first win after losing 6 consecutive games. What is going on, people? This is Jonah Pitney back with another sports reaction. Just remember, before the start of the video, just to like and subscribe, and just keep this channel going and just keep building it. I appreciate it. And the Bears get the victory, like I said yet again, dominating the Houston Texans 36-7. Mitchell Trubisky was 24-33 for 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. The defense dominated. They played well at all 3 phases of the game. But the thing is that was most important of this matchup between the Bears and Houston Texans was Mitchell Trubisky versus Deshaun Watson. Everyone talked about how Deshaun Watson was going to light up the Bears because he's going to prove and show them the reason why they should have drafted him number 2 and not Trubisky. But Trubisky straight up outplayed Watson. Watson didn't have his best game. Of course, yeah, he didn't have his best receivers, but at the same time, I don't even think it would have made a difference. That pass rush was ferocious, plus that offensive line of the Texans is straight up trash. But it didn't make a difference that they was trash, because they've been trash since he came in the league, and he still eventually got them to an 11-5 record the year before that, and had them have 10 plus wins basically every year that he's been in the league. So it doesn't make a difference. So there's not an excuse for that either. But like I said, Deshaun Watson was on his back 6 times. He was sacked 6 times in this game. He was running for his life. The pass rush was ferocious. It could have been even more sacks if he was not as mobile as he was. Everyone was getting to him. Mario Edwards had 2 sacks. The Bears forced 2 takeaways. The special teams was great. Punting, kicking, returning, punt returning. Everything was excellent. The Bears offense had over 400 yards total for this game. They have 410 yards total. David Montgomery had 112 yards rushing, and Allen Robinson had 123 yards receiving, and once again he goes over 1,000 yards for the season. And that was just straight up a dismantle of the Houston Texans, probably one of their worst losses of the entire season, because they basically was in majority of the games that they played. Even when they was 0-4, they was in most of those games and wind up losing. But this game, they were just utter obliterated in this game. And the Bears basically have to keep playing at all 3 phases of the game like that and try to win out and still try to sneak into the playoffs. I believe they can. That don't mean necessarily I want Matt Nagy to stay here as a coach, but I do want the Bears to win games, and I do not want to see them having a losing record like we saw with Mark Trestman and John Fox. They haven't had a losing record yet. Yes, they was 8-8 after being 12-4, but I still rather have an 8-8 season than to have a 5-11 season. I do not want to see that happen, and I'm pretty sure you Bears fans didn't want to see that happen either. But the Bears do have to take it one game at a time. The Bears' next opponent is now Minnesota. Last time the Bears lost to Minnesota, but at that time they had Nick Foles. Minnesota has never played well against Trubisky. Never. I think they only beat Trubisky maybe twice, and that was in the 2017 season. And Trubisky had his best receiver was Dontrell Inman, if y'all remember back that far. So that's how trash that Bears offense was, and they still hung in there with an even better Vikings team that year. So the Vikings never played well against Trubisky, and I believe that he's going to still be able to put up that points like he's been doing with this Bears offense. Just now, the Bears defense need to show up and play a lot better, because they did not play well against that Vikings offense last game. So I'm pretty sure if that does happen and the Bears offense continue this trend that they've been having over the past few weeks of scoring 25 plus points, the Bears definitely will win this next game, much like they dominated the Houston Texans. All I have to say is, overall, don't get your hopes up. Don't be surprised if the Bears fall back into reality and lose the next game against Minnesota. I'm just hopeful that they do and continue this trend of keep winning. And I know that you fellow Bears fans just got tired of seeing the Bears lose, and you just went to a point that you was like, just tank the rest of the season, just get it over with. Matter of fact, how about all y'all just say y'all got COVID and just quit the rest of the season because it's over? But fellow Bears fans, it is not over. This is why they call it the NFL. Remember, it has been 9-7 teams that has made it to the Super Bowl. Yes, our team looks very unlikely, but that does not mean that the run cannot happen. Now, I'm pretty sure somebody gonna hear this, a troll, or even a fellow Bears fan gonna hear, and they're gonna laugh. But just know, crazy stuff has happened in the NFL, and crazy shit happens every single day. But this is John of Pipney back with another sports reaction, talking about Chicago Bears dominating the hell out of Houston Texans 36-7. And the following week we'll be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Let's hope that Bears get that win. Bear down, and remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and go Bears.